Hi, Attorney Andrew Littlejohn Johnson here, owner and founder of Littlejohn Law, and I'm here to explain a little bit about how a typical South Carolina car wreck claim is handled through our firm. Now, I understand it's never easy to open up communications with someone you don't know. And when you're hiring an attorney to represent you, it's even more difficult because you're not just talking with them, you are entrusting them with part of your life, essentially. So with our cases, typically the first thing that happens is we'll get a phone call or an email. Somebody is having difficulties with part of their case, or they just don't know where to go, what to do, who to talk to. So when you call my firm, you'll speak with me, and we'll go over a couple questions, figure out if it's something that you just need an answer or two for. That happens all the time with people who call up here. And if it's something that needs more than just a few answers, then we'll schedule a face-to-face. And that may be FaceTime nowadays, could be meeting over Zoom, it could be meeting in person. Once we do that, at that meeting, we'll go over a bunch of checklists that our firm has that typically helps us move the case quicker without a bunch of follow-up questions. And this includes, going over some documents, going over who's involved, what happened, general things like that, as well as health insurance, car insurance information. And then I like to just stop talking and listen. A lot of the times people have questions on their minds already, and me sitting there and talking for an hour is not helpful for them. I can give them all the knowledge I have on tort law, but if it doesn't answer the question they have, it's pointless. I'll answer the client's questions, and then we'll explain what I'm about to explain to you now, which is the case trajectory. How it works is the client continues to treat. I'm an attorney, I cannot treat a client. The client continues to treat, we keep them updated. We keep the adjuster updated, opposing counsel updated. We want everybody to know what's going on. We are an open book because it helps move the case along. We don't hold any secrets. If there's a bad part of the case, we attack it head on. If there's a good part of the case, we emphasize it. As treatment concludes, we already have a good line of communication with the adjuster. We've built a good rapport. We have been communicating with you, the client, the entire time, and we know your story. Once treatment's finished, we put it all together. We meet with the client and explain, here's why we think we should demand this amount of money. Let's talk about it. And the client tells us their concerns, asks us their questions, and at the end of that meeting, we know which amount we're going to demand. We send that out to the adjuster, and it's not a surprise to them. They've been discussing the case with me the entire time. They anticipate the demand coming. At that point, the case diverges. It's either a settlement agreement with the insurance company or a disagreement, and then the client and I have to have a heart-to-heart over whether it's worth filing a lawsuit and taking it to litigation on. And if that's what our conclusion is, we go that route, full speed ahead. If it's settlement, we do that as well. That's fine too. Ultimately, it's up to the client, but we advise each client on what is most beneficial in our mind and what the two different outcomes could be. Once litigation occurs, every case is different, so there's no point in getting into all that. There's a bunch of different layers as well. As your case moves along, no matter who you're with attorney-wise, you should be kept updated. Your questions should be answered. And that's what we pride ourselves on because it works both ways. Our client is taken care of and we're able to take care of the case and move it along. If you have questions about the process, if you have more questions about your case itself, feel free to give me a call. I love talking to the people of South Carolina, and if it's a case we can help with, I look forward to building that strong relationship with you.